Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Once again, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the videos. I really appreciate all the support you guys show the content. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and discuss today. So before we get into these topics, make sure you do me a big favor. If you do end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. It really helps it out more than you know. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The first topic we're talking about is how Sony has pretty much eliminated the need to own a PS5 in order to properly update the Dualsense controller. So this is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, where they say PS5 controller update is now possible via PC. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced. Fans have been expecting the Dualsense firmware updater for PC since earlier this month after spotting a deleted user license agreement. This morning, Sony officially eliminated the need to use a PS5 to update the controller as long as you have the latest version of Windows 11 or select Windows 10 devices. System requirements for using the updater are as follows: Windows 10 64-bit or Windows 11 10 MB or more storage space, 1024 by 768 or higher display resolution, and a USB port. Download and install the Dualsense firmware updater by following the simple on-screen instructions. Sony notes that during installation, you might be asked to download additional software that's needed to use the Dualsense firmware updater. You will need to download the software as well. Once all that's done, simply launch the application and use a USB cable to connect your controller to your PC and follow on-screen prompts to begin the update, making sure not to disconnect anything while the update is in progress. Once the update is complete, a notification will appear requiring users to select OK to finish the process. Do note that you cannot update multiple controllers at the same time. Each Dualsense must be updated individually by following these steps. The Dualsense firmware updater is a much needed app for those using PS5 controllers for PC gaming. It's highly recommended to update the device when a firmware update becomes available for improved functionality. So there you go. If you're somebody who has been using the Dualsense or wanting to use the Dualsense on PC, now you'll be able to update the controller without having to worry about connecting it to the PlayStation 5, which I think a lot of PC players will find particularly useful. And it makes sense that Sony would want to do this since they are continuing to release more of their games on PC. Moving on to the next topic though, we have the announcement of Amy Hennig's next project, which is a new Star Wars game. This is reading from Gaming Bolt, where they say it was recently announced that Skydance New Media, the studio headed by Uncharted creator Amy Hennig, is collaborating with Lucasfilm Games on a new action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe. That would have been a significant enough announcement as is, but of course, Hennig's history with Star Wars gives it more weight. Hennig was leading development on a third-person action-adventure Star Wars title at Visceral Games for several years. Codenamed Project Ragtag, the project was cancelled in 2017 after several years of development, and Visceral Games was shut down. It seems, however, that Ragtag might have found a way to live on. As per prominent leaker Account NGT via DualShockers, Skydance New Media's Star Wars game, which is reportedly codenamed Project Walton, is a revival of some sort of Project Ragtag. Allegedly, the game will be set in the Rebel Alliance era, the era that the original Star Wars trilogy is set in, similar to Ragtag, though the leaker doesn't go into further detail on what other similarities the two projects could have. Interestingly, Hennig's team at Skydance Media have another major licensed AAA game in the works, with a Marvel game having been announced last October. Reportedly, the project is either based on Fantastic Four or Ant-Man. So yeah, this was a pretty exciting announcement, and PlayStation fans are always excited to hear what Amy Hennig may be working on and what she's going to bring to the table next. She did create Uncharted, and we know what she did there. A lot of great work. And it was unfortunate what happened to Project Ragtag, but it does make a lot of sense that if she's given the opportunity once again to work on a new Star Wars game with Skydance New Media, that she would take a lot of those ideas and concepts that she worked on for years on Project Ragtag and kind of move them over to this new upcoming Star Wars game. So hopefully development on this project goes well, and it doesn't end up in the same position that Project Ragtag ended up in. And I'll be sure to keep you guys updated with this. Let me know your thoughts about that down below. Next up, continuing to talk about Amy Hennig, we have some interesting information about Uncharted 4. Reading once again from PlayStation Lifestyle, they say here, Uncharted 4 actor Nolan claims Naughty Dog got rid of everything we did on the game after Amy Hennig left. Long after Hennig left Naughty Dog, mystery surrounded her high-profile departure, with IGN peddling the theory that she was forced out of her role. Although writer Mitch Dyer later claimed he was forced by his leadership to turn the event into gossip, Hennig's silence and the circumstances surrounding her sudden departure have remained a question mark. Now, North has shed more light on what transpired after Hennig left. The biggest thing most people probably remember is we had shot Uncharted 4 with Amy Hennig for about 7 months. We were well into the game and she was dismissed from Naughty Dog and they got rid of everything we did, North said on YouTube channel Couch Soup. Apparently the studio then recast the whole thing. The original cast had Graham McTavish, Cutter. McTavish's character had a huge role in Amy's Uncharted 4. Todd Stashwick played Sam and Alan Tudyk was Rafe, but they ended up switching it all out, North continued. Troy Baker then came on to play Sam, and Laura Bailey joined the cast to voice Nadine. Financially, it was nice, but you know, that's the business, North concluded, adding that he was glad at the time that Naughty Dog didn't pull the plug on Uncharted 4 entirely. Hennig was ultimately credited for her work on Uncharted 4 and has since founded her own company. She's been working on PS5 console exclusive Forspoken, and just yesterday, as we went over, it was announced she's working on a new Star Wars game at Skydance. So yeah, this is some pretty interesting insight we're getting into, you know, what happened with her departure in Uncharted 4. I mean, obviously at this point, it's all water under the bridge, but still, it is fascinating. It doesn't surprise me that apparently IGN, or at least the higher ups at IGN, tried to spin it into some type of gossip. But you have to imagine that there were some, you know, feelings at the time and things like this. Usually, it's rare that there isn't a little something going on behind the scenes, right? And I think it's interesting that they ended up scrapping pretty much everything that they worked on. I mean, in the end, you can't really say that they made a mistake by doing so, because you look at how Uncharted 4 turned out, people loved it. But I don't think that's really the lens in which PlayStation fans are viewing it from. I think what it really boils down to is, for as good as Uncharted 4 was, the Uncharted 4 that we got, it would have been just as interesting to maybe see what Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4 would have been like. Now, granted, that's something that's never going to happen, but still, it is always interesting to get some insight into the behind-the-scenes inner workings of these type of situations, this time specifically coming from Nolan North. So you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this. We're moving on to the final topic, which is a very significant topic. We have our first official update on God of War Ragnarok coming directly from Santa Monica Studio, and it's actually a message that is coming directly from Cory Barlog. So over on the official Santa Monica Studio Twitter account, they say 4 years ago, God of War 2018 released. We are grateful to all who joined Kratos and Atreus on their journey, and we're so proud of the team who worked to bring it to life. While we're not ready to share an update about what comes next, here's a quick message from Cory, and I'm going to play that for you.
Hey everybody, Cory Barlog. Just want to wish you a happy 420. Can you believe it's been 4 years since our baby went out into the wild? This is an amazing thing, amazing feeling for me, an amazing feeling for the team here at Santa Monica Studio. I am so proud of everybody who worked on this, so thankful for all the work that they've done. But we are all collectively incredibly thankful to the fans and the community for all the love and support that we've received throughout all this time, because without that support, we would not be able to continue making games. It is your support that allows us to keep doing the things that we love to do. Speaking of God of War Ragnarok, the elephant in the room. Yeah, we haven't said a lot about this. That's because everybody is heads down, hard at work. We are perfectionists. Everyone's tightening up the graphics on level 3. There is so much going on right now that I just wish that we could share it with you, but it's just not ready to be shown. But I guarantee you, the moment, the very second that we have something that we're ready to share, we're gonna share it with you. Because we don't wanna hold any of this back. So please hold tight, know that something cool is coming, and that everybody here at Santa Monica is so incredibly thankful for all the support you've given us. All right, have a good 420.
And so there we have it, our first official update on God of War Ragnarok in what has been quite some time. And even though Cory is making it clear that they are not ready to show the game off yet, and they're hard at work finishing it, making sure that everything is perfect, as they put it. He says that they're perfectionists there. Some people are feeling a little bit fearful that this is maybe setting us up for a potential delay into 2023, and I want to say that that is very unlikely. If you listen closely to what Cory's saying, he said that something cool is coming very soon. He could be alluding to a state of play for God of War Ragnarok, possibly something that PlayStation is getting ready to do where God of War Ragnarok will be part of it. But nonetheless, it's clear that we will be seeing more of this game soon. And while it may be a little bit less clear that the game is going to be coming out this year, I do just want to remind everybody that when it comes to God of War 2018, the release date wasn't revealed until January 23rd, 2018. And the release date was set for April 20th, 2018. So that means when they revealed the release for God of War 2018, it came out less than 3 months after they gave the date for it. I just want people to keep that in mind because we are very likely going to see a similar situation with Ragnarok. Now, the only release date leak we've actually received for God of War Ragnarok that we might want to pay attention to comes from the official PlayStation database, where they had a placeholder listed for Ragnarok with a release of September 30th, 2022. It seems highly likely that that is around the time that Sony is looking to launch God of War Ragnarok, just because Santa Monica isn't ready to come out here today on the 4th anniversary of God of War 2018's release and show something doesn't mean that it's having trouble, doesn't mean that there are development issues. In fact, if you listen to what Cory's saying, it sounds like they're just pretty much in the final stages of cleaning everything up and just making sure that when they come out and they show it again, it's going to be pretty much in a finished state. So that's what I'm taking from this, and it gets me excited because it's going to be awesome. You can tell that Sony Santa Monica cares very much about the quality of this game and making sure that not only when they show it off again, but when it launches, it is going to be in the state that everybody is expecting it to be in. And so there we have it, our first update on God of War Ragnarok in quite some time, coming from Cory Barlog himself. I can't wait to see more of it. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, if you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.